Welcome to Phoenix Holdings, everybody. I've got a really cool project here today. And if you look up on your screen, we've got one of the team members who's about to introduce themselves to us. How are you doing, man? Let us know a little bit about yourself, Dennis. What do you have? Well, actually, let's start with how did you get into crypto and what's your role in the team?
Yeah, 100%. So my name is Dennis. I'm German, moved to Canada 14 years ago. Spent like half my life there, Toronto, Vancouver. Right now I'm in Costa Rica. Left like 2 years ago with my family. When all the COVID stuff started going down, I just left everything behind in Toronto and kind of moved out here. Figured that was a better future for my kids. I got two little kids, 4 and 3. So I decided I didn't want to see them walk around with this new world that was being formed. So we just kind of took it easy, and now I'm Costa Rica. And because of that move, I started focusing much heavier on crypto. I was trading before, just the regular markets, but then getting into crypto, more and more. And over the last last year, heavily here was working in the crypto space with startups, and that's how I met Pat. Pat is my partner here on this. He's the biggest sports agent, or biggest hockey agent in Europe. And after him and I started talking one day about some of the pain points he has in his career, or in his work with players, facilitating payments internationally, all that stuff. We started discovering how many benefits crypto or blockchain technology can bring, to his existing business and to the sports industry at large, especially when you're talking about international players. And we came up with the Locker project, which is the project that we're introducing here to you guys today. It's a crypto sports project that basically is an infrastructure piece that allows teams and players on a professional level to access the best of blockchain without having to go any internal development work. And we're basically an adoption project that's going to bridge the gap between the amazing technologies that exist right now and the people that can actually use it in real life, solving real problems. So it's a little intro about myself and what we're going to introduce here to you guys today.
Nice. I'm still stuck on the Costa Rica thing, man. I think that was really smart. I'm in Canada right now, and I wish with all of my being that I was in Costa Rica instead. Let me tell you, I'm in Vancouver area. So
okay.
You were smart, my friend. Very smart.
Honestly, you should make it too, right? Like if you can still get out. I know they made it really difficult to leave without vaccines and stuff, but there's still 2 airlines that fly you out, without having to do anything. So if you want to, if you work in crypto like you do, right? It's honestly the easiest move you could make is just leave it all behind and start something better for your family. Because in the long run, and I'm not saying anything is wrong with with living there, but I just found that for me to live the life that I want to live, which is away from the system. I had to get out of Canada, right? It's too fucking cold there for half the year, so I can't sustain myself there, right? And I just figured, okay, I'll leave and start something new, and it felt good ever since. So where in Vancouver are you at? I used to live in Aldergrove. You know where Aldergrove is in Langley there?
I lived in Aldergrove when I was younger. Yeah, that's hilarious, man.
Okay. That's I was 262nd and 32nd or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, I don't even remember where it was. It was in between 272nd and 264th. That's for sure. But that's small world, man. Small
Very
world.
small.
I'll give you a DM though, because I want to find out about this Costa Rica thing. Because I've got actually, I know people who have commercial fishing businesses out there as well. It's a good place for crypto, I hear. If anyone's listening, we'll go start our own community out there. Let's go.
1,000%. There's a ton of people here, that are into crypto. There's some big networks of people here that have been around since the beginning, because a lot of people out here think the same. Like the people that leave the system, they have a similar mindset they share, right? So a lot of them find each other in these places here where you kind of actually rely on the system. Like I'm all crypto, right? I have just enough in my bank account to keep, my credit cards paid off and stuff and flow, but I'm all crypto. I'm 100% crypto in everything, right? So the only time, I get out is in stable coin, but I'm 100% crypto and I rely on it, right? So without crypto, I couldn't do anything here, right? Because, after being out of the country for a certain while, they limit you on your banking abilities. So yeah, I found amazing ways here, and people are making it happen. I got a position for the Costa Rican government as a crypto advisor 6 months ago. So that was really
Wow.
nice. Yeah, and they're so brand new, right? Like, and even the guy who got me in, like, he doesn't. He's brand new, right? But he just knows a little bit more than the next guy. So, yeah, everything is happening. They're definitely adopting it. They know they have to do it, right? They don't want to leave. They don't want to get stuck behind. They know the adoption is there, but they also don't want to get themselves in trouble with, the monetary funds, right? Like the system that governs them and the central banks. But they know it has to happen. Something is happening. So a lot of people in Congress, are pushing now for adoption and research so they can implement it and give their people something. So it's amazing to see what happened in the last 2 years, how much adoption really took place. So exciting times.
Yeah.
And this
hey guys, I just wanted to say hi
fast.
real quick. I wanted to jump in and say hi here. Sorry, I'm just in Innsbruck, Austria, and I see Dennis talking there, doing a great job, and just wanted to introduce myself to everyone.
Yeah, it's Pod here. Pod is our key into this industry. He's driving the adoption, on the ground floor. He's with the owners and the GMs right now. Every day, another team introducing locker tokens. So yeah, Pod, maybe tell them a little bit how amazing the feedback is and what you guys are setting up.
Yeah, no, thanks, Dennis. Just thanks for having us, guys. I wanted to jump on here. It's 11:30 at night, and I'm just wrapping up a meeting here. But we just saw a need over several years, or more than several years, of the difficulties of moving money and the cost of moving money and the currency fluctuations. And when you kind of learned and understood crypto and how easily things move and how quick and instantaneously, it was like, how can the pro sports world not have this kind of system in place? And no sports teams were going to use a crypto.com or a Coinbase or any of these retail markets. And I said to Dennis when this whole thing started, there's got to be a way that we can put this all together and then have something user friendly and easy to use and have all the features that everyone, needs. And it just kind of evolved from there. And we're super excited because everyone we talk to, whether they know crypto or not, are so excited, and we're so excited. We just want to make people's lives better. And this really is going to change a lot of people's world. And when you see what's going on in Russia right now, we've got players devastated, can't pay their bills because their money's locked in Russia. Swift codes canceled, can't get their money out of banks. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So we're super excited to launch this and just kind of help change the world for a better place. Really, that's the motivation.
Yeah.
Wow, the world has changed so much, so fast in such a short period of time. Even in the past 2 months, it's accelerated. Who knows what's coming? But definitely crypto is an answer. So I'm excited to hear what you guys have.
Awesome. I'm glad you have the same mindset there. I think we're really on the same page. That's cool. Glad. Thanks for having us here. We'll get into it.
Yeah. Okay. So Locker Token, pro sports crypto platform. We just heard from the other gentleman. I didn't even see his name. So many people here. I think it's Pat. Pat. So he's the Connect, and you are the one who's facilitating the blockchain and the contract, I assume?
Yeah, I'm not a developer, in this case, I'm just a thinker, a businessman, and I saw an opportunity with Pat after we, discovered, the need for an improvement in the current system. And I had the prior experience in the crypto space, so I knew how we could set this up to actually bring it to life, and that's where we are. So originally, we got incubated. We were going to have big private round with venture capitals, but that was back in December, right when crypto market kind of started going down, and a lot of the venture capitalists were hesitant, and everything was put on pause. So instead of waiting, which we were instructed to do, we said, here, let's just scrap this whole private round with the venture capitalists and just launch. So we had a very small private round, and now we're going to fair launch on Uniswap at March 28th in 4 days.
Okay, Uniswap, so Ethereum token.
Yeah, exactly. Build on a quality foundation. We have a bridge built to BSC, but we're gonna start on Ethereum, build a solid footing there, and then bridge over.
Okay, well, let's get into it then. So Pro Sports crypto platform. I'm reading your webpage here. The Locker D app is a white label solution for pro teams to easily onboard crypto on a corporate level, plug and play. So tell us a little bit about the solutions. Break it down on how your platform is going to provide these solutions, and what the market is like for that. And if you could help us to understand what that means for us, the investor, who are looking for whatever the psychology of the investor may be looking for. Obviously, we know what swing traders are doing. And first 10-minute people are doing. But for the mid to long-term people, give us an idea of what it is that we're getting ourselves into, and how it's going to affect our investment. Secondly, but first, how is your project really going to help the community that you're trying to help, the industry that you're trying to help, and show me how you're going to be effective at that, please.
Right. So now you made 4 things. Okay. So I want to start at the beginning. So what it is? Yeah. Well, that's good. They're good questions there. What it is we're building a piece of infrastructure. Okay. We're building let me rephrase this. We're giving an easy way for teams to use the existing technologies that are out there without relying on multiple third parties. So they're able to find everything from payment facilitating to NFT marketplaces to yield farm allocations on other stablecoin yield farming protocols. All these features that are out there in crypto, right, are packaged up into the Locker token, and teams are able to adopt that without having to develop it themselves, right? So instead of all these teams embracing the blockchain change on their own, getting into things that they really don't know what they're getting into, but know they have to do something. Instead of them developing, stuff there themselves and hiring people, we're basically giving them access to all these features packaged in a team-themed app, something that on the front end can be customized for the team's, fan experience, but on the back end, runs on a single on a single processor, right? Which is the Locker token D app that is giving teams, all these features in a single app, because these teams, they're not going to use a bunch of third-party applications, to get this full blockchain experience. They're not going to go out there and pay players in MetaMask. They're not going to go out there and make accounts on crypto.com and start paying people out of their wallet. That's not going to happen, right? So what we need to do is we need to give them something that they can use as their own, giving them access to all these blockchain benefits, but doesn't have this massive development hurdle in front of them, right? So all these teams would be out there developing the same features, more or less, right? And it would be, hundreds of simultaneously similar developments taking place. So instead of doing that, we're making a platform for the sports industry specifically that gives people access to these features and given a personalized fan experience on the front end and customizability for the individual teams. But it all runs on a single platform, which is the Locker token app. So that is what we are. Yeah, what you can expect as an investor in the long term is being part of an adoption project, something that is going to facilitate, the future of sports and crypto to a large extent. And we have such a massive advantage here with having somebody like Pat on our team that represents 350 players and has direct access to or is in constant contact with team owners and general managers that are knowing they have to make some kind of change into crypto, that something is coming, something is on the horizon, and they've all heard it now, but they wouldn't know where to start. So this is where we're making it easy for them. And as investors, you're buying yourself into something that is going to have mass adoption and facilitate the future of sports in crypto. So it's an incredible short-term play. It's an incredible long-term play, because as long as the sports industry keeps moving, we're going to be their digital way of facilitating these interactions, whether it's crypto payments, NFTs, the whole package that is available.
Perfect, man. That was exactly what I was hoping for right there. That was a beautiful explanation of both sides. Now
I'm still here, guys. I'm still here. If I can jump in for a quick minute.
Please.
All right. One of the key things, so like Dennis nailed everything and stuff, but the ability to move money around when you're playing in Europe and you live in Canada or you live in the US, it's so stressful to have to think about how you're going to move your money back to Canada or the US. Even in today's day with IBANs and SWIFT codes and all these different things, it takes weeks sometimes to move your money, and you've got to make sure you get to the bank before you leave, and just tons of different things. Never mind the situation in Russia. So that's a big use case, but these players don't make NHL millions, right? So one of the things that is very, very interesting, and the teams are very excited about for both players and teams, and of course fans too, is the NFT marketplace. And what we love about this whole thing, you'll see all the time, if you follow some minor league hockey players or players playing in Europe, they're posting stuff on Instagram all the time, live game things or whatever the situation may be right after the game. These players will now have the ability to take a picture or take a live moment from a game and mint it immediately right after the game, send it out to their social media, and these fans will have the ability to buy something live that moment in time on the NFT marketplace, and the money will go back to the player. The value to the locker token comes because the fans will have to use the locker token to buy those NFTs. So they'll have to swap ETH or whatever to get the locker token if they don't already have some, and they'll have to use that to buy the NFT on the platform. So it's a huge little extra money generator for players as they move forward, but it's also massive for teams, because right now every team's got a social media guy that's tweeting out the live scores or tweeting out highlights of something that happened, Instagramming, posting. Now if something happens in the middle of a period, that same social media guy can take that picture, mint the NFT immediately, post it in the locker app. Fans in the crowd, 7, 8, 10, 12,000, depending on the city, can have the ability to buy that moment in time and bid on it. So teams can generate revenues, not to mention the season tickets and different things they can use with the NFT marketplace, where they can provide their fans with, special night season ticket NFTs and all these different things to generate revenues. So there's so many massive use cases and the adoption stuff that we haven't even, talked about much, because I think that adoption is just going to happen organically as we move forward with the app and the phases as it's launched.
Right. The nice thing here that we're introducing is authentication behind the whole thing too, right? So we're going to have such a massive database of pro players and teams that come with authentic wallets that are doing authentic NFTs, right? So this is going to be another massive aspect to it, that we are the first stepping stone for these players and teams to get into it. And once you are that first stepping stone, it's really easy to secure a position at the top, because somebody's crypto journey starts with us. And this is the exciting thing about the project. We're an adoption project, right? We're combining the amazing existing things and offering it for people that are going to apply it instantly, on a massive scale at the very top, right? So that's the exciting part here. We have massive connections into the sport, in this case hockey, but we've already been introduced for soccer teams, and it's going to expand from there. So we're going to prove it with the global hockey market, and from there on, create instant demand from other sports that are going to adopt this as well. So it's a very unique position that we're in, to have somebody like Pat, who is the biggest hockey agent in Europe, and brought us, partners here that are founding partners of the Continental Hockey League, the second biggest league after the NHL. You're talking about billions of dollars in payroll. We have Hockey Hall of Famers, right? Like Phil Esposito. So it's incredible to get this kind of support from people that are used to the old ways and are wanting to see some change. We have teams lined up that are ready to use the app to facilitate payroll. So it's exciting times. And this is really all that the world is needing right now is adoption projects, that are getting the amazing technologies that have been built out into the people's hands and showcase the incredible benefits that blockchain has.
Wow, I see the vision, and it makes a lot of sense. And you have the right connections. And Pat, I did not know that about you. Congratulations on being so successful. I grew up in Canada, so hockey is massive in my life. Well, it has been. Yeah.
I'm sure we
I'm
represent many players you must know. I guarantee there's someone from your neck of the woods that have crossed our paths. We've got mutual friends, I'm sure.
It's wild though, the circumstances that we face now, where as you say, people, for instance, like Russian players, aren't able to access their bank accounts.
Well, I'll tell you a story tonight that I've told recently, but in October, I moved a player from Russia. He was leaving Russia and he was going to play in Switzerland. And he had, let's just say for the sake of the conversation, $250,000 in his bank account in Russia. The bank account in Russia would not allow him to wire the money without the manager that sent the money's second signature. Imagine that. So it's his money, but the manager that sent the money has to also sign off for him to wire that money. So that manager couldn't get to the bank at the same time the player was going to go. And the player had to leave because he had to get out of the Russia visas. And there was about 3 or 4 circumstances. Complete panic. We got him on a flight out of Russia to get to Switzerland. He literally signed power of attorney at the bank to the taxi driver that drove him to the airport and spoke English, and had to put the trust in a complete stranger to make sure that he would go back that following Monday to wire that $250,000 to his bank account in Canada. That is a true story that I didn't sleep for 3 days, and it wasn't even my money. It was unbelievable, that whole thing. And just think how blockchain alleviates these crazy things. Like money was paid to his wallet, crypto, wallet to wallet, done. He can leave, no questions asked. This is changing stuff. We're going to be on Fox News because one of the ladies there, I might be speaking too early, but that's okay. I don't mind mentioning it now. They reached out to Dennis because they were so intrigued about a basketball player, I believe, that was stuck in Ukraine. Couldn't get money right now. And, they want to talk about how the Locker app can fix and help these people's lives. So we can't wait to launch this and just move forward just to make people's lives better. I'm just so motivated about the whole thing.
Right, because Pat feels these guys, every day. He deals with all these players every day, so he has emotional connection there. He knows the pain points that having money stuck, causes to you. People can't, pay their stuff, right? They are away for half a year from their families, and they're stuck, they're stranded, so no good. So financial independence that crypto offers is incredible, and everybody's gonna start using it, right? And we haven't even started talking about features like yield farm allocation that we have on the app, right? So player salaries that are sitting in their wallet, are automatically allocated to a selection of yield farming protocols, right? Stablecoin that they can select from and allocate their money. So where else are you gonna make 10-15% on your money a year? Nowhere, right? So there's so many incredible use cases that we're gonna literally improve people's lives on, like Pat said, and it's going to be a no-brainer. People are going to opt in for this, and we have such a massive push ahead of us, right? That people will instantly adopt it. So the wildfire is going to spread from there, right? All athletes are connected to each other at that level, right? You're talking about pro league, first league, top team. right? So everybody's gonna say, hey, look at this shit, right? Like, look how fast I can move my money. Look, it's making me this much money, right? In the last 6 months that I was playing here and all my expenses were paid for and I didn't touch any of my stuff, right? I've made an extra, whatever, 100K, right? Amazing, right? Where else do you get this? And since, everybody knows, okay, yes, I can go allocate, I can connect my MetaMask to Aave, let's say, and start staking money, but it's not that user friendly yet, right? If you can do all of it from one app, right, without having to leave the app, and the user experience is nice and easy to understand, right, the adoption is going to come, and this is what we're set out to do. So we're making it easy for these people to enjoy the incredible benefits that crypto brings.
And I got a special guest for you. You're a Vancouver guy, right?
Yeah.
I got Jace Howachuk texting me. He can't get in the group. He wants to get on the AMA, play for the Vancouver Canucks last year.
Man, small world.
Can we get him on there? Can we get him on there?
Yeah, try to get him in the chat. He's going to join us here right now.
Yeah, add him in there, Dennis. I'll be right back, guys.
Right down here, let's see it.
So while you're doing that, it's so incredible that, like, even a month ago we were thinking, oh man, what's going to happen with crypto? It's not looking so good, Now we're pushing 44K BTC. It's happening because of what's going on in the world right now. People need solutions. They have to have solutions, and it's driving adoption. And we're seeing it happen right before our eyes. So I really love how your project provides. You guys are like ready for this. You're ready for it, and you have an actual real need in the sports world for this, man. I appreciate that. I see a lot of value in that. Maybe what we could talk about then is how can the investors get involved? What is it that you I see how it's going to work for the sports world. It's providing a really great solution. I really love how you guys are using a payment gateway where they can use like actual fiat currency. They don't have to deal with MetaMask. They don't have to deal with any of those things. So you bypass that right away. That's the huge barrier to entry for mass adoption. You guys bypass that.
For the teams too, we have two types of onboarding. We can onboard, significant money from the teams through a large OTC desk in Liechtenstein, in Europe, millions of dollars are no problem. And then we have, the easy entrance for people that just want to, fund via credit card, bank transfer, that sort of stuff. So, and then we're going to have a locked credit card. And debit card that's going to come out, not through us, but like through a partner, a fiat off-ramp that we're going to partner with, that we have partnered with, and we're going to integrate them. So yeah, people will be able to do everything, right from the app, and they don't have to use all this patchwork to get to where they want to get. It's all one-stop shop, and we're targeting an entire industry here, which is, a nice market to get under your belt. So in our case, we just have an amazing advantage because we have Pat and players like JC who's just joined us, who are going to go out there and drive the adoption, right? They're going to be there besides, their colleagues and friends in the locker room, literally, and showcasing the incredible benefits that crypto has, right? So I said earlier, right? Like the yield from allocation, right? The speed of transfer, right? Nft Marketplace, entire second career is going to be able to get established, and crypto and the metaverse allow you to have that. So we are that gateway for the new digital world, and turning an analog market digital. So this is our mission, and we have everything laid out in front of us. To answer your question there, how you investors can get involved, we're launching March 28th again. That's what we're saying. We have 4 days until then, which is an incredible time right now to find out about this project, because it's basically up from ground zero. And like Pat was saying, Fox interviews, Fox National TV is lined up for April 1st, with nationwide coverage. Just to give you some perspective on that same show that we're going to be on, or Pat's going to be on, is hosted Brad Garlinghouse from Ripple, 3 weeks ago, right? So you get an idea for the caliber of where this project is going to go, because there's so much use case behind it at this perfect time, and here we are. So maybe we can get JC here giving a little share on how he sees this whole thing from a player's perspective of where these benefits come in. I'm super glad that he joined us here. He, like I said, played for the Vancouver Canucks. He is a Vancouver guy. Can appreciate that. Additionally, JC, are you there?
Oh, is he muted?
Not sure. Let's see.
He's still trying to figure out the whole, trying to join the Telegram.
I invited him. I don't see.
Oh,
no, he actually had to do the authentication.
Right? Yeah.
So we need a template.
The bot will kick him out. The bot will just kick him out if he doesn't do the CAPTCHA inside the group. So he has to go. He has to.
Is there any way you guys can Okay.
He just has to rejoin. So just get him to rejoin. Leave the group, rejoin. When he joins, look at the chat screen. He'll see a prompt. Just do what the prompt says. It's just like an addition question or something like that. And then he bypasses the anti-bot system. As you can imagine, in crypto, there's all sorts of people wanting all sorts of things.
Oh no, it's good. It's good to have that in there. Yeah, I'm just telling him right now. He's saying it ain't working. Yeah, okay, it's okay. Just leave and rejoin. It's okay. Just leave the group. Yeah, 1 second. But yeah, you know what? This is really the summary of our project, right? We are an adoption project that just happened to have a mass circle of influence that can immediately use this, right? So Pat's telling me every day right now he's in a different city, going on to a trip that he goes on every year with him and his two partners at Optimal World Sports, where they visit every team that they represent players on. Which is almost every single team, all the top teams at least, and they meet with the GMs and the owners every day, right? For like a month and a half trip that they go on, 3 of them. So they usually talk about trades, forecasts, the last season. But Pat's telling me here, literally every meeting, they don't talk about nothing but crypto and locker. And these guys are excited, right? These guys are typically, like 45, 50, 60-year-old men, and they've heard about Bitcoin. They've heard about this new stuff coming up here, but they wouldn't know where to start, right? And this is where then Pat comes in and says, look, these are all the incredible benefits that you can tap into. And literally all you have to do is take the money out of your fiat account and send it here and start having a completely different financial experience. And not just financially, but the digitization of the market itself, right, is what's ahead of us here. And that's what we're making it easy for them to do, that they don't have to hire Solidity devs and CTOs and front-end devs to, all start developing the same stuff. Right? We're just saying, here you go, plug into this, buy a significant amount of token that allows you to now white label this app and download a customized, rethemed experience for the team. And here you go. There's your crypto journey, right? You're now plugged into the biggest sports crypto network that is going to be out there. And I don't want to say too much here, but this just came about here in these last couple of weeks in talking with people, that we're not going to stop where we are right now as a token. We're gonna build our own blockchain, because I really believe that it's going to be networks that are going to be the future of crypto, industry specific networks, right? It's not all going to be Ethereum layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, and so on. It's going to be it's going to be industry specific, own data that is, facilitated by its own network. And in this case, we're talking about the sports industry at large, where then teams, would host their own nodes to all be a part of this network. And that's an amazing thing to offer a business, is to own all the data, to own, the infrastructure itself, right, to the very network itself. And that's where we are right now, where we are at this brink of adoption. And if we make it easy enough for them to get into it, they will opt in. And that's what we're setting out to do.
I love it. I see it. I understand it. So I just have some very specific questions now to help me understand things a little bit further. So the first question that I have is, considering that we are still in a world that has legalities that don't look haven't quite figured out how to regulate cryptocurrency yet. How will you guys deal with legalities in different countries, and how will you be approaching this thing legally?
Yeah, very good question. And in this case, it's probably our biggest point of us that we had to address, because we do have, such a serious business at our hands, right? We're representing, serious people. So we have to make sure everything's proper. And what we're actually in the process of doing right now is under crowdfunding section, up to $5 million, are doing an SEC exemption, so security exchange exemption, that allows us to have a token sale up to $5 million of income into the company, and that is perfectly legitimate. So we are until we are getting regulatory clearance, not us but the crypto market itself, we have an exemption to raise up to $5 million with the SEC. So it's an amazing achievement, because it puts us right there on the map with people that have done it properly from day one. And that's really what these institutions are all about, right? They just want to see that you have done the due diligence, you're trying to make it happen. And in this case, the crowdfunding application up to $5 million is the easiest and cheapest way to get an exemption from the SEC.
Okay, great.
And in Europe, it's much easier. In Europe, it's not the same. So in Europe, the players, they have a little bit more freedom. They're not as much controlled by the league. Yeah, so you can actually use players independently. Versus in the NHL in the States, there's a little bit more you got to jump through. But from a company standpoint, we're perfectly set up as a US company.
Okay, wonderful. So next question, partnership-wise, you've talked about how you have a bunch of people that are interested in joining with you guys, partnering with you guys. Has anybody signed on already? Do you have a pool of people already assembled that want to get into this right away? And
your app's going to come up with April 1st. Our app is also going to get released. You'll be able to download it on Android Play Store. And with that, we already have, I don't want to say an exact number, but a good handful of teams that are instantly able to use it and facilitating a player's salary transfer for that coming months. So we have written agreements in place. We have a ton of verbal agreements in place. Everybody actually wants to opt in. There has not been one negative response from anybody, because what we're offering here is amazing, right? Once you actually get a chance, for 10 minutes, 15 minutes to really introduce somebody to crypto, all the things you can do, they freak out, right? The other day, Pat was telling me the story. He's sitting beside a GM in his office, and he sent him some money on MetaMask, right? He had him download it, right, and just sent it to him, and it came, in seconds, and the guy was blown away. So, little tiny things like that already get people super excited. And once you actually package all of this up into a nice user-friendly app with an incredible use case, like we're doing with the Locker token, you have something amazing that you're introducing.
I love it, man. I think, oh shoot, let's think. So many questions. Goodness. I guess we'll focus on the cryptocurrency side of it. Can we go through the tokenomics, the buy and the sell tax? When will the pre-sale be? Launch day? Was there a private sale? All of those sorts of things. Let's talk about that now.
We had a small private sale of $260K with 8.8% of the supply. We're launching on March 28th, and our sales tax for the first 24 hours are going to be higher than our ongoing taxes. Our ongoing tax bracket will be somewhere around 5 to 7%, but it's going to be a heightened sales and buy tax for the launch date. We're going to bring out the exact details closer to launch, so just make sure you follow our channels and get all the details there. But yeah, the private round was basically facilitated to get us going with marketing and liquidity, and we're going to start with $100K on Uniswap. And yeah, I'm excited for what's going to come. You know, we have so much hype news lined up for the short term directly after launch that I think this will be incredibly successful and should really sustain itself for the long term.
Okay, interesting. So you said a higher buy tax as well. Will
higher what it's going to be like than the ongoing. I'm not talking about anything crazy. Like it's going to be under 10%. But yeah, we're going to bring out exact details closer to the launch date. Our taxes going forward will be somewhere in the 5 to 7%, not including our launch period.
Okay. Wonderful, man. They're doing fire alarm testing in my building. It seems. Goodness, I'm sorry. I'm trying to let that come through. Wow. Okay, so I think what we could do is open up questions from the community. Do you feel like there's anything that we haven't covered so far?
You know, no. I think we have. You know, it's been good. You ask great questions. If your community has questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
Okay, so let's do that. So we're going to open up to the community here. If you have questions, then please ask in the VC or in the chat. You guys know how this works. And yeah, let's do that now.
You mind sending me real quick in our Telegram chat? You mind sending me real quick the group link here too? Like it's Phoenix Holdings, right? I'm just trying to get.
Yeah, here. I'll do it to you. Hold on one second here. Share invite link. I'll just put it right in the chat for you. Right on. So there it is. And then, yes, absolutely. Okay, so let's grab a question here. Who has a question in the VC? Please go ahead. And if you are too shy, just ask in the chat and we'll go from there. And so while I wait for shy people or people to try it, man, we must have explained it so well. Okay, so I actually have a question for you guys then. Which leagues, I just need more clarity on it. Which leagues are you guys going to be focusing on mostly? And how do you plan to take them? Will there be any conflict with any of their current contracts? Will there be conflict there?
No, I don't think so. In the NHL, it's the only ones in the States where there's a little bit more binding power between the players and the league and the teams. But in Europe, you know, they're all free people, and that's regards. So I think we have such an amazing, you know, improvement to the current system here that people will want to use it, right? And we have partners which are, you know, other agents besides Pat, right, that are all connected, right, to spur this adoption. So when you're talking about what other sports we're going into, all of them, right? And it's a wildfire that's taking place right now as people are finding out about it. You know, we haven't really, you know, gotten out there heavily because we want to wait until we have the app out. But now that we're so close to it, you know, we've tested it the other day, so it's amazing. You know, we're now really getting out there and telling people to get ready for using it. And yeah, it's going to happen in a very, very short amount of time until everybody finds out about this. Like I said, we're already in talks with soccer clubs here in Central America and South America. So it's all going to happen, right? One step takes the next one, and once we prove it in hockey, which we have the entire global market at our fingertips, and it's a massive industry, it's a massive sport. You know, people are going to adopt it in others, and everybody knows each other on that level. So it's just a matter of time. It's happening fast. You can tell already just in the last couple of weeks how much speed it's picking up, and request and desire from them. To get this out. So people are really excited on the actual user end of it to start using the app.
Yeah, I can see that. You know, it makes a lot of sense. In fact, everything about your project makes a lot of sense. So the marketplace for NFTs, you're going to use these NFTs in so many ways that are different from how people see NFTs right now. And I think, give me a second. Jeez Louise. Wow. And anyways, so I think you guys are going to be using NFTs the way they're actually supposed to be used, and the way that we're going to see them used a lot in the future in real use cases, like you maybe have a ticket sales done through NFTs, or you have any sort of giveaways or prizes, like or coupons, or like the sky's the limit. So how are you kind of explain your how that can help the investor? Like, will we be able to, if we invest in your token, will there be any special benefits for us when it comes to maybe buying a ticket to a game or any area?
That's really up to the team, right? Like we can facilitate all kinds of development ways for them to get into this and create use cases. Really, that's up to the team almost at a small level, right? To see here how do they want to reward their fans? How do they want to utilize this, right? We're just giving them the ability to actually use all this stuff. So yeah, it's up to the teams really, right? If they want to give fans, benefits, that's up to them. They now have the tools available to do this, right? And besides, season tickets, it's going to be a lot about capturing unique moments and having them actually authenticated by the most important person that puts value to that NFT, which is the original, right? So in this case, a player or a team, right? So yes, everybody can take, a clip from whatever, goal, a game-winning goal, right? And make an NFT out of that. But the one that is authenticated by the team, right? Or minted, by the player, right? That one has value, right? Like that one is the one that rules them all, right? And this is where we again come in, being the first step for all these massive entities to take their first steps in crypto, and having their address with us, and being part of our ecosystem.
I think I lost you there.
Oh, did you hear what I said? No.
Oh, maybe you ended. I was.
Sorry. I did. Basically, what I said is that we can put value to the NFT by being the original creators, right? And having the marketplace by their own team, with their own collections. So that's where the value can come in on the one side. On the other side, it's up to the team now to create ways to engage with their fans, and they have an easier way of doing that, right? So you don't have to just end with what's currently there. You can expand on it, and that's what we're basically able to offer them.
Okay, awesome. And the marketplaces, you guys will create a marketplace for each one of them, each one of the people who partner with you. So they'll have their own marketplace, or it will be a central marketplace?
Right. So like the back end of it is central, right, for everybody, but the front end is unique. So for the team, right, this is where we basically come in with our white label solutions. So you can, as a team, give your fans a personalized experience, but you didn't have to put 150K on the table to develop it yourself. So, the front end is customized, right, and the back end to a certain extent, but for the most part, it all runs on the Locker app.
Yeah, okay, I'm getting a great idea of what you get. I understand now. So you guys have really created a wonderful product, wallet, and I suppose back end that you can duplicate as many times as you want, but you offer the value at being the people who control the back end. So can you tell us about your team? Who will be in control of the back end? How many of there are you, and have you guys taken on projects of this size before? Because this sounds like a very sizable venture and long term.
Yeah, on the integration side, on the sports side, it's nothing new at all, right? This is what Pat does every day, right? He represents hundreds of players and talks with GMs and owners of pro teams, right? This is his everyday business. Now he just has a better whereas some has something better to offer them, right, which happens to improve the way they do business. On the crypto side of things, the development end, right, we have people that have been developing Solidity here for over 10 years that have personal relations with Vitalik Buterin from Ethereum ICO days. So we have people that go way back. On the development end of it, we have it all lined up. I think we're well covered. We have people that are going to facilitate us with the launch on a professional level. We have market makers in place for our markets. We have exchange listings lined up, centralized exchange listings. Everything is lined up for extreme success. So I'm really excited about having this opportunity to shape the sport, shape the industry, the sports industry, in such a fundamental way.
Yeah, it's really cool where you guys find yourself positioned. To be honest, I'm really jealous. You guys did a great job.
Part of it, honestly, right? Like this process, right? This is not a quick gate. It's not something you buy and you want to sell it in 2 days. Right? It's something you want to buy and just know that as long as the sports industry is keep on going, your investment is safe. Yeah, your tokens will appreciate. We are pegging ourselves to the adoption of an entire industry, right? Which is incredible. And like I said, I'm just gonna end with this app. The app is the first stepping stone. We give people a taste, but we're eventually going to own the network where blockchain and sports meet. So this is our long-term vision, and we have everything lined up to make that happen.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. I suppose something that is really important for me to see in a project in order to trust it long term is the initial idea, the initial team behind the first push, and how well it goes within the first 2 months, 3 months. So here's a big question. Say the market has a little bit of a downturn, which crypto's never had before. JK. What is your guys' plans to help keep people from screaming "the roof is falling on us" type thing? If you've got a bunch of people
token holders, like if
or even even people that you're representing and that are using it for their livelihood. You know what I mean?
They can get paid in stable coins, right? They don't have to get paid in a fluctuating currency. So on that end, they're safe, right? So dollars are dollars, euros are euros. When it comes to the token holdings, I think people that are going to get involved here, of course, people are going to join the launch just for the launch hype, but the majority community that is going to hold locker tokens will be those that will have a say in the project, right? Because we're going to offer this as a DAO structure. So you're actually buying yourself into the organization that owns the locker app, right? We didn't really cover on that much, but you're buying yourself into the actual company, the organization that is going to offer this product for the industry. And, it's going to be a prerequisite for teams that want to white label the front end of their app to hold a significant amount of tokens. And therefore, people are going to buy these tokens and stake them and use them. And that's it, right? They're not going to move, right? They're going to buy themselves into the service. They're basically buying themselves, lifetime subscription to the best of blockchain. And, as that in the sports industry, and as that adoption grows, the supply is going to diminish, and the value of the token will appreciate. And it's an amazing business model to really have set up here, because people like DAOs, people like that, especially on a global scale, they like to see that there's not a single central entity behind it, right? Like a project in China, let's say, is not going to have the same adoption, as a project in the US or in Russia, in the respective countries. So it's really nice to have a DAO structure where the global community owns the app and owns the project. So it's something that you can buy yourself into, and you're not the slave to some central entity on the other side of the ocean, right? You all equally represented relative to the amount of tokens you hold.
Okay, so let me think here. I was going to ask you something there, and oh my goodness, it escaped my mind. Um, Oh, that is unfortunate. It was a goodie. I think I distracted myself by changing over to that other website and listening to you at the same time. There just wasn't enough room up there to keep it all. Okay, so when will your platform be available to be used by the user? Are you guys at a point where you can launch with it
You're gonna
ready
be
to go?
download this 7 days from the Google Play Store, and yeah, like subject to approval, but approval, usually takes 2-3 days on Play Stores. So it's yeah, you're gonna be out. And worst case, that's gonna be out on April 1st. Will be us, sending people direct links to download the app for Android, and or have the mobile experience will guaranteed exist. And approval on or downloadability on the Google Play Store subject to Google approval. But yeah, we're out there, so we're a week away from releasing the app and having massive adoption by pro teams and players instantly. So we have a massive lineup of news already in place and prepared for announcing this adoption, this real world adoption. So combining that with our appearance on Fox News on the business segment, like I said, the Brett Garlinghouse from Ripple was just on 3 weeks ago, is really going to put us on the map. So people are now going to get fire and yeah, get a chance to get in this. And we have so much news lined up that I think the hype will really sustain itself, and we're going to be aiming for the top.
Okay, so I've got a question here from the chat, and it's more of a trader question, and that is, which influencers will you guys be using pre-launch and post-launch to announce to the world that you're launching?
We got some insane connections in the space here, thanks to our friends that we were blessed with to do this launch. So experienced team with connections, like I said, to the very top. So we're gonna have some exciting names out there. I call on the project and have influencers from Twitter to Telegram that are gonna push this out on top of our existing network, of ambassadors that have, collectively millions of followers on Twitter. We're gonna have 2 large Twitter spaces coming up, but we're gonna have over 30 stars in there. So there's some big hype happening on both sides, on the crypto side and in the real world.
Wow, that's incredible. Okay, so I can buy your token with fiat currency.
Yeah, on the app.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so does that mean that I bypass the Ethereum gas fees? Are you doing like a layer 2 type thing?
No, we're not. We're not. Yeah, no, right. I see what you're saying. Right, like no, there's no OTC listing. We could get the token listed like with an OTC desk. In this case, we're using Simplex for the fiat on ramp. Yeah, so let me correct that statement. Yes, initially you're not going to be able to directly buy Locker tokens with fiat. You would have to buy USDT or Ethereum or whatever, and then swap to Locker. So initially, yes, there's not going to be a direct. We don't have a banking partner that is going to facilitate the Locker token sale to somebody initially. So let me restate that.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. Brilliant.
I gotta go plug my laptop in. Give me one quick second here.
I'm asking too many questions. The laptop's getting too hot.
I had to move it because I got 2 little kids, so I had to tell them to get out here for a second. So I just had to get some peace and quiet. But give me a quick second here. I'm gonna go get my cable here. 1 second.
Okay. No worries. It's a really interesting project. I find that this is the type of project that we're going to see commonplace in the future when mass adoption takes a little bit more effect, and people begin to really see the value in the disruptive technology that is cryptocurrency, like when they realize that, I guess when it gets easier to actually work within this realm, like you can use your fiat and put it into a wallet, it auto swaps it, it does all the work for you into the token or whatnot. When that stuff starts to happen, I think businesses are going to see that they can make more money with cryptocurrency and than they will with the traditional banks. And I think that's why the banks are so afraid. I mean, that's obviously why they're so afraid. And the central banks are trying desperately to get their own thing going, but I think it's too late. Well, we'll see.
They're making the 14% that you could make yourself on a stable coin using protocol. The banks make that kind of money, right? They take your money and lend that out, but then they give you nothing for it, right? So we're just eliminating these middlemen, right, with blockchain technology, which is amazing. And this is where the industry is going to adopt it, because the middleman is cut out, and so many third parties that they traditionally rely on that all siphon off money, can now be directly interacted with and avoided. So it's like avoiding the third parties. So it's a really cool thing, from we didn't even talk about smart contracts or anything like that, right? But we're gonna make it we're gonna make transactions and deals and payouts and escrow holdings so easy, because smart contracts allow you to engage in agreements, that are then executed based on the true conditions. So it's really easy to now make these things happen independently without relying on expensive third parties. And this is where the adoption is going to come in, because there's real improvements to the traditional way.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying when you were off with your children there. By the way, what's the education system like over there for kids?
My kids, the oldest one has just turned 4 in January, so we're just starting to take her here to a little private school. They don't have to do nothing there, like wear masks in that regard. So it's more like a relaxed environment, right? But they're, it's all in Spanish, which is good. So, they're picking that up really quickly. That's basically my main focus right now, is just socializing and, picking up the language. But the school system here is very good. Kids are very well protected. In this country, you have free healthcare. Like they're under 18, so they really take care of kids, and I like it. And just even having access to fresh food, right? Just having a little bit more natural life, right? That's really what I'm happy for them to have here. And so the schooling aspect, I'm just starting to get going with it, but if they can just play in the dirt, unharmed and do a traditional, childhood, I'm happy for that. So that's what I'm
so brilliant. That is so brilliant, man.
I think there's a question inside the main chat.
Right on. Come out here. I'll text you my stuff after. You should come visit, man.
Yeah, I definitely am looking for a place to move, because this area it's not sustainable, man. Who can pay $1.5 million for a 4-bedroom house? Come on.
In Vancouver, right? Yeah, no, if you could, man, for sure. Like if that's something you're seriously considering, like let's chat after, make it happen. 1,000%. You're gonna be so happy about it.
You're a risk taker, right? No wonder you ended up in cryptocurrency. You're just like, let's go. Forget everything else.
I have good intuition, right? Like I said, I was trading prior to that traditional market, and I know how to. I have good intuition and a good visual recognition, so that helped. But in this case, I called the Bitcoin top, but like just the last one that happened, I was out at 67K, so I was super happy about everything that just happened. Actually, like I bought Ethereum back at $2,300, so I'm happy, right? So about everything that happened, but like I'm in this case, it's follow your intuition. If your intuition is already hinting or pushing you towards making that kind of change, just do it. If you can facilitate it through crypto independence, fuck, man, just you'd be surprised how easy it really is, to just.
Well, I already live off cryptocurrency 100%. I know. That's why it's a thought for me, because anywhere in the world is all the same. Anywhere in the world is the same as where I am now, but probably cheaper, better for my children's health and for their experience, because now I mean, I don't know how we got on this topic, but growing up in the sticks and near the ocean is much better than in the concrete jungle. That's 100% for sure.
Right. So exactly. So you know what that's like as a childhood, right? And then you want to give your kid those same values. So how old are your kids, if you don't mind me asking real quick?
I have a 3-year-old daughter, and I'm about to have a son. So everything's
Congratulations,
about
man.
them. You know how it is then. My life is for them, right? That is what it is.
100%, right? And exactly, and it wouldn't be any other way, even if you didn't want that, right? Like your life is literally all for them. But now you can, if you could cash out of your stuff in Canada and then come here, you're going to be 1,000% happy with your decision. I promise you, man, 1,000%. The life here is really good. The people have real, real human connection still. That's probably the biggest thing I value about being out here is the real human connection that people still have. You drive your car here, you wave at somebody, everybody waves back. Every single person will wave back, smile back, give you some kind of positive interaction, right? They're still tuned to connect, right? They're still tuned for positivity, right? They're not so fucked up as we are back in our old system. Sorry to say that, right? But everybody just lives in this little tiny box where nobody wants to interact with each other. Everybody's so miserable, right? Like, no, right? Like here, it's people are still, they're simple. They don't have as much as we have. They don't drive, the nice cars like we drive, right? For the most part, they have much more basic life. But I think the happiness scale is definitely up there. So yeah, crypto gives us all that ability to move all over the place. There's plenty of ways to get money locally through crypto, so the system is really well established now. It's perfect. It's ready. Everybody that has crypto should follow their calling and just follow the intuition and get out to where they think they belong.
Hey, Dennis, question, quick question, not question, sorry. Do you want to mention like the Twitter space, like the time that we will be having the Twitter spaces, and also the giveaway as well?
Do you mind pulling that up? When is the first Twitter space? I know you guys laid it all out so nicely. Here, let me see. So we have our first Twitter space coming up. Yeah, I know it's on Sunday.
Just post the tweet. The tweet that we. All right,
yeah, we'll put the tweet of the giveaway in the 100%. You mind doing that for me real quick, just because?
Yeah, I think Cryptopreneur is doing it right now.
It's done.
Amazing.
Okay. And also the giveaway. Yeah,
we're giving away 3K in ETH. Recommend the project to your friends. There's 3 people that are going to win $1,000 each. We're going to pay that out on launch day. All you have to do is follow our Telegram, follow our Twitter, and tag a friend. Tag 10 friends, because you're going to be the hero to them by the time we launch and they see what they've gotten into so early on. So yeah, make sure you spread the news out there and get a chance to win $1,000. 3 people, 3K altogether.
All right. I feel like we've taken a lot of your guys' time here, but it's been a really great AMA, and I've really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed meeting you, Dennis. I think that you are sold out for crypto, and that's really encouraging, and you're providing real solutions, man. And I appreciate that, because the world needs it right now, and we could just go so deep into why that is, but we don't have the time for it.
I think we're gonna chat on a personal level too. You sound like we have the same mindset there on a lot of things. So I'm looking forward to connecting with you. Invite you out here. Yeah, man, awesome.
Everyone I know from Costa Rica is like that. Just come on out. I'll show you around. And it's like
I wish Justin, are you in here? He has a nice hotel here. Like he's a partner on the project too. He has a beautiful hotel at the beach. If you like surfing, hit him up. He's got massive waves out there. Beautiful beachfront hotel, nice modern. Anybody wants to come to Costa Rica and enjoy some sunshine, chat some locker app, we're out here. More than happy to welcome you all.
Amazing. Okay, so I guess that we will, for that sound to go away, I guess what we will do is we'll close up now. And I'll get you to do whatever type of close that you'd like, but please include in it the pre-sale date, the metrics. For instance, it is a fair launch, where it's launching, the pre-sale, and then the launch day, so that we can get a good idea of how we need to plan our day to be there for those events.
Right on. Yeah, 100%. So we're launching Uniswap March 28th. We're going to announce the exact time in our Telegram chat, our Twitter channels. Make sure you follow them. Stay tuned for that. It's a massive opportunity. We're launching with an 80K market cap. We're providing 100K liquidity. We're out there. It's going to be exciting times and a massive opportunity for everybody that wants to get in into something that is fundamental for the industry at large. So this is not a quick flip. This is not your typical project, that relies on hype to sustain itself. You're buying yourself into something that's going to fulfill an actual use case in the industry, and you can get in early, right? As this adoption takes place, you will have been amongst the first, 500 people to find out about this. So it's an amazing opportunity to have in front of you, and recommend it, to change your life with an investment like this. Follow your intuition. Obviously, I can't give any financial advice, but from what I know that is lined up here, it's incredible, right? I'm telling everybody I can, about this to get involved, because I know what is being built here, and I know how close we are to a mass adoption. So this is it, right? This is your chance to be part of something that is going to be positioning itself as a top tier project in the space, and drive adoption for billions of dollars of financial interactions facilitated through our app. Hundreds of players, thousands of players are going to be using it. Pro teams are already in the process of adopting this. So it's incredible opportunity to have in front of you, and join on March 28th on Uniswap. So thanks a lot to all of your community members that were out here joining this AMA, and look forward to welcoming you in our chat. Any questions, always feel free to reach out. We're here.
Awesome. I appreciate that so much, man. And I just want to, wow, I got to get, as soon as this AMA is over, I think I'm going to move myself because this building is just beeping too much. Okay, so I really appreciated this AMA. I said it before, but I'll say it again. You guys are really poised to make differences in people's lives that really need it, and I love that. I think that's how crypto is going to win in the next coming years in a lot of different areas and disrupt a lot of different people.
Right.
And so with that, I suppose I'll say good luck with everything. I'll DM you after. We should talk some more. But good luck with everything you're doing. And to the investors that are listening, remember, do your research, go and join the Telegram. Ask all the questions, and then invest with confidence in something you believe in. That'll probably help you get through some of the downtimes, because the crypto market's volatile, right? It's up, down. But you have to remember, you're investing in things that are going to go boom, and when they do, you want to be there. You don't want to miss out on that. So thank you so much.
In this case, it's not just crypto. Yes, you're making a crypto investment, but you're investing in the sports industry, right? And entertainment always continues, right? Like, especially in bad times, right? That's when they especially turn the entertainment volume up, right? So that industry will never go away. And, you're plugging yourself into something that's going to facilitate their digital migration. And that's the Locker token. So yes, it's a crypto investment, but it's a real world investment, because crypto is coming into the real world now. And this project right here is a merger for the two. So thanks a lot to everybody that listened. It was awesome meeting you guys, and reach out anytime.
Awesome. Well, you guys take care. Thank you to you and everyone that was with you. I mean, it's so interesting who I get to talk to in this crypto game. And then I'll remember this in the future.
Yeah, we're gonna bring some of the players back to join you, Chad. The next time you have some internal VCs on, which I know you had, we'll make sure we chime in there and say hello. So
that'd be great. Yeah, I will keep you. It sounds like the party's happening back there. So take care, and we'll talk to you guys later. Ciao.
See you guys. Bye.